Leslie lay on his back, staring at the cracks in the ferrocrete ceiling. He shifted, causing the makeshift bunk to creak mournfully under his 250-plus kilo frame. The bunk, actually two bunks welded together and reinforced in the prison workshop, was set in the middle of his cell with about a meter of clearance on either side. His feet overshot the edge of the bunk by about 10 centimeters, resting on a copy of the Iliad that sat atop the only other furnishing in the cell, a toilet-sink combination. His legs ached. The spots where they dug the 50 cal slugs had been filled in with tissue weld. They healed tight and throbbed with each beat of his heart. He had picked up the slugs about 6 weeks ago in a meadow outside of Ottawa. He and two others had had the bright idea, which Leslie later admitted wasn't all that bright, to rob an armored transport delivering data drops from a credit agency. The drops were small and movable and worth an astronomical price on the street for the data they held. The information was so precious that it could not be moved in the flow and was only accessed in-house via dead-end terminals. Harry, the mastermind behind the heist, researched the time and route as well as the guard complement. Only two, plus the driver. Can you fucking believe it? So Harry, Leslie, and another walking knuckle, Spanner by name, figured they'd hit on a lonely stretch of road about 20 clicks outside Ottawa. It was just getting dark. Leslie lay in the back seat with his knees jammed up under his chin, hugging the AR-19 with a full clip of 7.62 armor-piercing loads. Spanner was in the front holding a one-shot anti-tank tube. Harry had the car's access open, dicking with a fuel cell to make it appear they had broken down. He had two caseless Glocks strapped under his armpits and a close proximity Neo-EMP in his front jacket pocket. Close to its schedule, the transport rumbled down the open stretch, riding low under the composite armor. Harry stood up and waved. As it slowed, he tripped the EMP. Leslie heard the pop, felt Spanner kick the front door open. Leslie fought his way out just in time to see the truck roll to a stop. Spanner dropped to one knee, triggering the tube. The armor-piercing Lancet reached just over Mach 2 in the 10 meters between the composite hatch. The depleted uranium Lancet tore it apart as if it were made of paper. Spanner was hopping up and down and grinning like an idiot when Leslie and Harry made it to the back of the transport. It was an open bay with integral racks. Leslie could see what was left of the two guards in the back. He moved forward through the connecting door to the driver's cabin and lifted the driver by his jacket collar, slumped over the wheel. His head rolled boneless on a broken neck, blood seeping from his eardrums. "What you got, Leslie?" Harry yelled forward. "Nothing. His ticket is punched." "Well, let's grab this shit and deed him out." "Right," Leslie replied, letting the guard drop back over the wheel. Once back in the main compartment, all three were looking at the rack of data drops. There were 6 of them, built like kettleballs, round and about the size of a toaster with an integral handle built in. Spanner picked one up. "Shit, they're fucking heavy. Enough of the commentary. Just grab 2 and get them into the car," Harry grunted. Harry and Spanner duck-walked them out of the armored car. Leslie scooped up 2 with his right hand and hopped out into the gathering darkness. He started toward the car when he heard a whirring noise that made his neck hackles rise. On the top of the truck arose a flattened disc with a rotor on top. It hovered at about 5 meters and rotated toward the 3 men. 2 50 cal muzzles dropped out from the underside. The click as the rounds were chambered was unmistakable. Leslie threw the data drops and took off across the field at a gallop. He heard the 50s open up. Looking back over his shoulder, he saw Spanner and Harry come apart like rotten jack-o'-lanterns, the slugs blowing huge gobbets of flesh into the cool night air. Leslie redoubled his efforts. Each stride covered almost 3 meters. He heard the rotors change pitch and move in his direction. The slugs hit him before he even heard the shots. His legs shot out in front of him, flipping him on his back. The platform hovered directly above him as 2 spots clicked on. "Freeze!" the command rang out from unseen speakers. A little late for that, Leslie thought bitterly.